Okay, so today we have a book review or a book that I really like. One moment. Sorry about that. Complete Book of Demonolatry by S.Connolly. Delve into the clandestine practices of demon worship and theistic Satanism. Oof, sounds fun. Now, I want to say something about the author, S.Connolly. The first book that I bought was about demonolatry magic, and it was a book around this thick. I can honestly say that book really led me to the path that I'm on now. S. Connolly is probably single-handedly responsible for popularizing working with the Goetia in the time we're in now. Lector Solomon, working with demons. It's so popular now to work with these dark spirits. And, as much as I love the concept of having a religion or faith that is basically the worship of demons, I think that it makes a lot of sense. One of the things that, as Connolly talks a lot about, is in the classic grimoires, basically you threaten and try to coerce the spirits with the names of God to do your bidding. And the point she makes is, do you really feel that you're going to get the results that you desire by doing that? So, if these entities are like us and they have the perception that we do and the feelings that we do, bossing them around and threatening them is probably not going to be as productive as developing a relationship with these spirits, okay? Now, with that being said, I want to say this. So many people on the left-hand path really pride themselves and really go all out to be the scary, devil-worshipping black magician. When I was a teenager, I wanted to be gothic, and I had the impression that being dark and scary and all of that made you powerful. If people looked at me and how I dress in my life when I'm walking down the street, they would have no clue. I'm a clean-cut guy. I don't talk about what I do. I have some tattoos that are pretty telling, but unless you had knowledge of what these symbols meant, it could be anything for all they know. They would have to have actually read the Key of Solomon, the Lesser Key of Solomon. So I don't wear it on my sleeve, so to speak, but at the same time, I also don't try to deliberately hide everything. If you ask me an honest question, I'll give you an honest answer. If you ask me about my beliefs, I'll tell you what my beliefs are about. I do not consider myself to be a demonolator. I consider myself to be a magician. And the reason that I feel that there's a difference, and the reason that I'm bringing this up in relation to this demonolatry practice, is this. I do a lot of the stuff that demonolators do. Using a drop of your blood on a sigil. I use her ends. The ends that she puts in her books are awesome. Just as an example, she has a catalog of demons in here that are very rare. She has got everything spelled out here for you. If this is the first book that you were to buy on practicing any magic, this book would get you really far. This is a great introductory book for magic, okay? You could read Aleister Crowley's book 4 and probably be confused as shit. If you read this, then go back to Crowley, you'll probably understand what he's talking about. This is a really scholarly piece of work here, and S. Connolly is one of the most honest practitioners that I know and have really, as an author, she is very skeptical herself. She does not claim to be having one-on-one, in-your-face conversations with full manifestation demons every day of her life. She never said that, okay? She's had those experiences because she's psychic. She's extremely psychic, so she can perceive them on a psychic level. But she is very honest in her skepticism and her deep study of demons in general. So, what I want you to think about before you go diving into thinking that you're going to immediately accept becoming a Satanist or a demonologist or anything like that, I want you to have this conversation with yourself and ask yourself this question. Are you getting into this just because you want to be dark and scary, and you think that these dark forces are going to somehow immediately fall in love with you because you called them up and because you wear black clothes and because you love death metal? Now, I love death metal too, but my favorite bands will always be the 80s Euro bands like The Cure and The Smiths. I listen to some metal because I like the guitar playing. But what I'm getting at is, when it comes to left-hand path people, it really seems to me that there's a gravitation towards this whole darkness. Ooh, the dark spirits are so much better than the light spirits or any other spirits. I'm going to review another book after this that I feel is really excellent. But what I'm trying to get at is, if you truly think you're going to be a master and just work with demons, you are missing a huge boat. This woman talks about the Enochian system. She talks about the Golden Dawn system. This person is well versed in her practices too. And, she was born into these practices. So for her, this is something she's done her whole life. I didn't discover S.Connolly until I was in my late 30s. I had Crowley, I had the Golden Dawn authors, I had so many off the wall authors to read from, and nothing gave me such satisfaction as this book, because what she's really spelling out for you is, if you're expecting a demon to pop up, full manifestation, say, "Hi, I'm Beelzebub. What would you like?" "No problem, sir. Right away, sir. I'll be back in 10 minutes. And then he pops back up. That's probably not going to happen. You need to be a little more honest with yourself about why you're doing this. These practices are going to get you just as much reward and result as any other probably system. The thing is, most people are attracted to this system and the satanic movement really because it's about rebellion. And I understand rebellion because I'm an adversary myself. So don't get me wrong. I love the left-hand path. It is my passion. But I work with the archangels. I'm a Reiki practitioner. I'm into healing. You cannot be of the demonic. You are not going to find a human being that is born half demon. Okay? Those qualities are for demons. You're never going to acquire or have the level of power that they have. They're not like us in that sense. They're extremely powerful, incredible life guides that, if you get to know, will help you. And this book will tell you that. She's very honest in her accounts with demons. She doesn't try to placate that, she sits at a table with the 9 demonic kings every day and takes her tips from demons every time she turns around. She's very practical in her approach. It is not a book of a magic recipe for making spirits magically appear. It is about building a relationship with these energies that we call demons. This cover is awesome because it's showing a Clepothic tree of life, a tree of death, I would say. She goes over that as well. She covers a lot, guys. She covers chakras. She covers meditation. She covers so much in this book that I'll say it again. If you are going to buy one book, I would buy this book and her book on demonic magic. Those two books will get you so far. But you need to have realistic expectations about what you're doing. You know, you have to cleanse yourself. You have to meditate. You have to be prepared. And you need to get rid of this idea that in order to be in communication with what we call a demon, that you have to be extraordinarily evil. Most of these demons are not good or evil. They're somewhere in between. There's some that definitely are. But you need to wake up and realize, guys, that, you know, a human being and a demon are two different things. Yes, you can bond with them. You can be great friends with them. They can be great guides, like a father. But you need to respect. Because you can fuck yourself up really bad if you don't pay attention to some really basic facts. Do your experiments with caution, my friends. I've learned the hard way because I was stubborn, I was too bold, and I didn't listen to the good advice that's actually right in this book. Okay? Simple things like banishing and clearing. Just because you are friends with the demon doesn't mean that that demon isn't followed by 10 other spirits that are fucking leeches that are going to drain you of your spiritual energy. And if you're not psychic enough to sense that, you won't know what the hell is going on. This book and S.Connolly's work is some of the best for getting into this style of magic. But I would caution you to think that you're going to become a king demon and ruler of your own hell by reading such material. Okay? You need to come down to earth and realize you're a magician, you are God, and these spirits we have dominion over, but they need respect and they need to be treated like a God would treat his children. Okay? These spirits are not going to hand you what you want. They're going to help you. They're going to give you tools. I liken it to if someone wanted to build a house and they had nothing, the spirits are going to help you find that material. They're going to teach you how to do it. They're going to encourage you to do it. They're going to make it easier for you to do it had you not contacted them. Don't fuck it up, my friends. You better read. You better study. And you better take it seriously, because when you call them, they will come. This fucking book here is one of my absolute favorite go-to books. And I have at least 100 books on the occult. It's my passion. It is, in a lot of senses, this book could get you a lot further than probably buying 100 other books. Okay? But again, I want you, and I can't keep stressing this enough, I want you to understand that this is not for everyone. You do a couple experiments, get the shit scared out of you, and you decide it isn't for you, then by all means move on. Use it as reference material. There are much more cuddly spirits out there if you are not prepared. And I need you to understand that you do need sometimes to call on archangels, and you do need to work with other systems. Because if you have nothing to compare this to and you think that this is gospel, even S.Connolly herself will tell you that. You think that she got this information by consulting a ancient demonolator? She is the first demonolator, as far as I'm concerned, to publish a book. It was after her work that you started seeing everything pop up. I mean, there's only a handful of people that cover this subject. Michael Ford, E.A. Coetting, V.K. Johannem. Excellent authors, guys. They're all going to tell you the exact same thing. You need to watch your ass. You need to do your homework. And you need to be a little more broad-minded than just thinking that you're going to be an evil demon summoning master who's going to have money rain from the sky and a harem of women when they're done. It's work. It's no different than going to the gym and working out every day for 2 hours. This is the kind of work, if you are into doing the work and you're willing to dedicate yourself, this will open a path for you. It's a dark path. It's a fucking fun path. It's a thrilling path. But you've got to understand, this shit's real, man. They really exist. It's taken me a long fucking time to accept it. They exist. And I want the best for you guys. I want you to be thinking sorcerers and magicians and demonolators, not sheep that are just following the new best thing. Is that reasonable? I think so. Till next time.